Preview of his speech to the General Assembly on Wednesday, President Ahmadinejad criticised Israel today. Speaking to reporters, he said the nation has, quote, no roots in the Middle East. He was also contentious with me when we discussed Israeli-Palestinian relations. Let me turn, Mr. President, if I may, to Israel. You have been condemned very vociferously in America for a comment that you are said to have made, that you wanted Israel to be wiped off the map, wiped off the face of the earth. There have been many different interpretations of what you said. You have disputed the meaning that was then translated from the original Farsi. Let me give you this opportunity to say exactly what you did say and to say exactly what you did mean.
We have been condemned in the United States for many things. For having deposed a dictator with a revolution, for having sought freedom and free elections, for not allowing our oil and national treasure to leave our country freely, for having stood up to very dangerous terrorists in the region, for having stood up against Saddam Hussein, who enjoyed the backing of many. We stood up against him and did not allow the occupation of our territory. We've been condemned for a great many things. Because we said justice for all, the rule of law for all, the right of peaceful nuclear energy for all.
But do you want, Mr. President, do you want...
allow me, sir. Allow me, please.
The question wasn't any of that. The question was, do you believe that Israel should...
But I will get to that answer,
well,
please. Don't be in such a hurry.
If I may, just repeat it quickly. Should Israel be wiped off the face of the map? Is that your desire?
If a group comes and occupies the United States of America, destroyed homes while women and children are in those homes, incarcerate the youth of America, impose 5 different wars on many neighbors, and always threaten others, what would you do? What would you say? Would you help it? Would you help that entity? Or would you help the people of the United States? So, when we say to be wiped, we say for occupation to be wiped off from this world, for war-seeking to be wiped off and eradicated, the killing of women and children to be eradicated, and we propose the way. We propose the path. The path is to recognize the right of the Palestinians to self-governance. Allow the people of Palestine to make decisions regarding their own future. Imagine one day in Palestine, there is no longer occupation. Occupation no longer exists in Palestine.
Do you believe in a...
What else would there remain?
Do you believe in a two-state solution?
About the decision of the people of Palestine, I cannot express an opinion. That is their prerogative. But the people of Palestine must be allowed by everyone and helped by everyone to allow them, to give them the right to choose for themselves, to choose their own future.
If they agreed, Mr. President, if the Palestinians agreed a deal with the Israelis, which recognized a two-state solution, would you then recognize the state of Israel? If the state of Palestine was accepted by the international community, would you accept a two-state solution?
But before that, allow me to say something. I believe what is our common responsibility, all of humanity, must help to end and eradicate occupation. Bullying, eradicate bullying. No longer impose or meddle in the internal affairs of anyone. There are about 10 million. There is a 10 million strong Palestinian population. We cannot impose their will on them, allow them to choose for themselves. Whatever their choice is, we cannot express or impose our opinion on them. But it's important for occupation to come to an end, for allowing occupation to come to an end, so that the people of Palestine can have the right to self-determination.
I understand it, but if the Palestinians were to reach a peace deal, but I'm assuming that there is a deal. If they agree a peace settlement, would you, as president of Iran, recognize the state of Israel? Because that would be a very significant contribution to the peace settlement if you did.
I think there are many choices in question here. You seem to prefer only one choice, only one avenue, and want to ask me my opinion on that. I do believe that as a human being and as a political figure, prior to speaking about the construct of government, I must speak of the fundamental rights of the people. I say we must give the free right of choice and self-determination to the people of Palestine. This is a much higher value, of much higher value than what you are intent in hearing. We recognize that as legitimate for all nations. Allow occupation to come to an end. Allow the Palestinians to be released from incarceration. Allow the people of Palestine to sit down at the table of collaboration and make their own decision. And you should respect that decision, and we should do that as well. Any decision they make for their own land, for their own country, not for others.
Would you prefer?
I don't want to sit here and make a decision for them. Whatever decision they make, we respect.